I believe access is important because of what I do when it comes to podcasting. Everyone needs an outlet. When it comes to a lot of musicians or when it comes to entrepreneurs, a lot of times they don't have the social media presence or they don't have the outlets to, I guess, have their voice heard. So I find it important that with my platform that, you know, I get to have them on my show. They get that look, they get that, you know, someone cares about what they're doing in the state of Connecticut. I go by the name of Domino, Bridgeport native. I'm a media personality and a podcast host. I host 2 podcasts. I host the Domino Effect, and I also host a podcast about comic books and anime called 3 Ninjas Podcast. It started out as a way for me to talk about music and pop culture, 2 things that I love. And I'm not the person that sits on social media all day, like I need you to hear me. Now, as of 2019, I seem to be on a pretty good roll. As of right now, I'm just playing it by ear, whatever opportunities come my way. I didn't get in this because I had a passion for podcasting or a passion for media. It's kind of something I fell into and it became my passion. So once I started doing it, once I got maybe 20 episodes or so in, started having different musicians and entrepreneurs, directors on my podcast. I've talked to most of the people that I want to talk to in the state. There's a lot of talent out here. There's a lot of people that need their voices heard, they want their music heard, they want their story heard, they want to tell, you know, how they got to where they are. You stay competitive by, like I said, knowing that there's new podcasts popping up every day and you want to set yourself apart from the podcast that may be in your lane. Maybe if you deal with strictly music or you deal with strictly politics, you want to find some way to set yourself apart from those other podcasts. You want to bring something new to the game. There's a new podcast popping up all the time, so you want to try to, I guess, curtail it or spin it in your way and try to put your own flavor on it. I faced some challenges where I brought people on board that didn't want to do exactly what I wanted to do. You work with people who don't have the same drive as you, the same hustle as you. You work with people that want to undermine your work because you don't have a background in communication or you don't have a degree. They don't take you serious. They feel like because it's not radio, we don't matter as much or we don't have the audience that a radio station does or the popularity that a radio station does. But more than likely when you come to a podcast and you do an interview, you're gonna get a more in-depth interview. The people are gonna get to know you more. The nonprofit that I have is called the Domino Effect Initiative. It's where I give high school students who meet a certain criteria. I give them free time in the studio. Nothing comes out of their pocket. All they have to do is keep good grades, no suspensions, no absences unless they have a valid excuse, and they get free time in the studio. What I do on YouTube, I have a gaming business called Round 12 Gaming, where basically I just play games on YouTube and I give my social commentary on them, reactions and things like that. And then with the 2 other podcasts that I do, the Domino Effect and the 3 Ninjas Podcast, a lot of sleepless nights. How do I balance it? Just trying to look at the bigger picture. This has worked for someone else, so if I just put in the time and the effort, it's gonna work for me as well. Tips I can give the next generation: it's okay to be unsure, doubt yourself. It's okay to start over. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to get sleep. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to, blow up your project and start over. It's okay. When it comes to arts and civic action, I feel like sometimes you can't have one without the other, but sometimes that's a job that you don't sign up for intentionally. A lot of times when people actually get into arts, they become a public figure and they become, an inspiration to someone, and then they look at that person as someone I should look to for an example of what I should be as a person. But even though you have certain celebrities that don't think that's a job for them, I think they kind of go hand in hand once you hit a certain plateau in your career. It's important to always use your influence for good. Accountability is something that I'm always big on, and that just comes with the territory. Connecticut is ready.
Relevance,
equity,
access,
diversity,
inclusion.